That's when the apparition went by.
We were in a hallway. We got an EVP of a man saying Charles.
I knew we were not alone on that ship. I was frightened.
My ghost story began on the USS Hornet in Alameda, California. I'm interested in USS Hornet because I heard a lot of stories about the ship, and I was curious to see if these stories were real. So I decided to check it out. A friend of mine named Jenny came with me.
The USS Hornet was commissioned in World War II. It's seen many wars like the Battle of Midway in the South Pacific. I've heard a lot about the Hornet. I had no idea how big the ship was going to be. Its size is astounding. It's as big as a city.
My first impression of the USS Hornet was the electricity I felt walking up the stairway. It was intense.
I think the ship is haunted because 300 men died on board from just accidents alone and suicide.
I felt like the spirits were all around us. There's different areas on the ship where the temperature would just drop.
The first thing we did was investigate the sick bay. We started recording to see if we could catch any EVPs, and we started hearing lots of noise. We heard commotion, like desks being dragged across the room, banging, crashing. I went upstairs to see if anybody was making any noise above us, but there was nobody on the ship. It was just me and Carol. We knew it had to be the spirits of former sailors.
I have the ability to sense things, and later that evening I was in the hallway, and a man's name, Charles, came to me. Charles, are you with us right now?
Your name is not Charles. Can you just tell us your name?
We had a digital recorder at the time, and when we went back to review, we caught a man's name. I'm Charles.
When I listened to the recordings, I actually heard him say his name was Charles.
He came through to me strongly, that he had died on the ship. Maybe he was looking for help. I felt sadness, and I wanted to help him go to the other side.
The EVP was an intelligent response to her question. I believe it was a spirit, definitely letting us know that they were there and they can hear us and they knew that we were asking questions.
The later the evening got, the creepier and scarier the ship got.
Later that evening, I felt a heaviness in the air, like a presence around me. All of a sudden, I hear fast-paced walking, and I could actually hear the clothes moving with each stride, and they were coming fast. I turn around, there was nobody there. That was scary. After I heard the footsteps, we were still trying to get some EVPs, and we were standing in front of the surgical units. They're chained off, and I looked to my right, and I saw the chain moving in the door jamb.
Carol, what? Did you just make that chain move?
No, I didn't touch the chain. So then I said, can you make the chain move again?
The chain didn't move, but the light right above me flickered. So Carol started asking questions.
I said, can you do that again? Is that you? And the light went on and off, on and off. Every time I asked a question, it responded to me by flickering.
When I saw the light flicker to Caroline's questions, I knew we were not alone on that ship.
Since we were having so much activity, I decided to take out my camera. And as I was videotaping, I saw a flash at a locker. Something shot by.
Carol goes, I just saw a flash. I asked if anybody was over there, could they please bang on the locker? While Carol was filming, we heard a bang, bang, and that's when the apparition went by. When we reviewed the evidence, we were both floored.
When I saw the video, I got goosebumps. This is the first time I've ever caught anything like this. It was like kind of scary.
We slowed down the speed and we watched it frame by frame by frame. And then we freeze framed it, and it seems to be an outline of a sailor. After we realized that we caught something paranormal, an apparition, the first time, we went back to try to catch it again. We were in the same spot. All of a sudden, out of a room on the right-hand side, this little thing goes right by the camera.
This time it goes super speedy fast like Superman. There's no way it could be a human being because human beings can't run that quick. And I could hear footsteps really loud.
I was really frightened because it wasn't of human form. It didn't look like a human. It looked scary.
One of the stories I heard in the birthing area where I caught the first apparition was that a sailor actually hung himself with his belt. I do believe that the spirit we captured on tape was a man that hung himself in his bunk.
Based on all the evidence we captured on the USS Hornet, I would never go back on that ship and stay there all night alone.
This experience of the USS Hornet has changed me to where I'm more of a believer now than I've ever been because of the evidence we've caught. I know that other side does exist.
The 90-minute Dance Moms season finale event. Tomorrow at 9. Your life, your time, lifetime.
Would you be willing to help me find your most killer?
You want me to spy? The real question is, who are you?
A killer among us. Next. Your life, your time, lifetime.
My patients, they come with sensitivity and they ask me, what should I do? The first thing I would tell them is use a toothpaste for sensitive teeth. Some people are very skeptical about things and they have to see it to believe it. I always recommend Sensodyne to start. Brushing with the Sensodyne twice a day, that will number one help relieve your pain from the sensitive teeth as well as help prevent cavities, give you fresh breath, and help keep your gums healthy. There's no compromise at all. Recommending Sensodyne is the first line of defense for my patients with sensitive teeth.
Granola Thins from Nature Valley. Crispy granola layered with creamy peanut butter or rich dark chocolate flavor. 90 calories, 100% natural, and nature approves. Granola.